Now, I have been actually banned from Facebook for the last 24 hours, so I'm not even sure if this live is going to go on or not, because I think I've been like counting down the minutes, seconds to being able to comment, post and share on Facebook, and I'm not sure whether that is something that's even taking place. So I'm going to wait, see if anyone is jumping on. Oh, yay, we have a viewer. Hi, Janelle. If you're watching, put a 1 if you're watching now and a 2 if you're watching the replay. Share with anyone that you may find might have an interest with this. I appreciate it helps to raise the consciousness on the planet by sharing these videos, tagging friends that may have an interest in what I have to say, somebody that may resonate. So I have... when I started to awaken, I specifically asked in a state of complete desperation. I had fallen down onto the floor in my kitchen in absolute pain and fear and emotional overwhelm, and I was so distraught, and I just couldn't keep living the way I was living. And I fell down on the floor, and I literally looked up to the universe, and I was like, there has to be a faster, easier way. There has to be, I had reached out to many mentors and gurus and teachers, and the answer was always the same. The answer was, you have to do the inner work, you have to go on the journey. And when you don't understand that, and you're not at that level of awareness and consciousness, that is the most frustrating thing that you can say to somebody, because they have no idea what you are even talking about. Their consciousness level has not hit that point. And I just basically looked up to the universe, and I was like, I want to get to the highest level of consciousness as I can, as fast as possible. And that was sort of like that was my prayer, my intention. That was me asking the universe. And I was really, really grateful, because not long after that, I did a little bit of layering off, and I layered off and surrendered some limiting beliefs around myself and my worthiness and unlovability, and the different things that I had experienced through the traumas that I had in my childhood, and what I kept recreating, and then through abusive relationships and all of that stuff. And I laid it off, and I actually was presented with access consciousness. So that is the modality that I am trained in, and it is the modality that I feel skips a lot of the in-between phases of getting connected directly to source energy. This is not their wording. This is not how they use their terminology, but this is how I translate it in mine, is because if we're all connected and we layer off every belief and we have no judgment, and we can see our infinite potential. We can see that we are absolutely amazing creatures, and that we can create from whatever we want to create. It's only our belief systems that get in the way. So it's basically our point of view creates our experience. And so since doing that, I have learned the best way to make change for yourself, to help others change, and to help the planet change, is to clear away the energy that keeps us stuck. So when we have a belief system, we've got a belief system, and then under that belief system is so much other energy that we're not even aware of, that we're not even conscious of. So my belief may be, I'm not worthy from whatever, and you're not going to find one. You can say that you're going to go find back and find the core memory and the core belief of where that came from. But when we talk about that in certain spiritual practices, that core memory may be from this lifetime. What about the thousands of lifetimes you've lived before? Or what about if you're picking up, what if that's not even your belief? What if that's a belief from the collective that you've taken on because no one fucking loves themselves anymore? Because we're taught that we're not good enough and that we have to fit into a certain expectation of what is good enough. When it comes to looks, intelligence, and what the best jobs are and how our lives should look. So, that belief may not even be yours. But if you look at the belief, then you've got all of these layers. And I'm talking layers upon layers upon layers upon layers of stuff underneath that one belief system. So if you're not learning to actually clear it, and you don't have to know where it came from. You don't have to pinpoint and see why. But if you practice clearing away the energy, and there's some tools available to do that. Many people have different energetic clearing statements. Access Consciousness has one. It's one that I use a lot. And I've also found that by doing this, I not only clear away my shit, but the more that I clear away my shit, it actually clears away from everyone else. It helps to clear it away from my kids. It helps to clear it away from the collective energy. So if you've got people around you that you really want to help and you really want to help change, do the clearing, do the inner work, deconstruct your beliefs, layer off the stuff that you think about yourself, the things that you think about society, take away the judgments, really start to self-analyze and see what you can do about yourself. Now, that brings me to actually what I've just started studying, and I won't even be able to say it. It's a Hawaiian practice, actually, and I've been looking for some more modalities and techniques and tools to making change for myself, for my clients, and to share to help change the planet and my life, and create more for my life and create more for the people in my life. And I have looked at quite a few different modalities, and none of them resonate to me. None of the energy is expansive and flowing and vibrating at a level where I would want to invest and choose that. However, I have been putting it out to the universe that something will come along, and I do believe that there are other ways, not just access. I'm not going to be stuck in one point of view. That's coming to conclusion on something. They're saying that there's something that is the best way and that's the only way, and I definitely don't believe that. There's no right and wrong to consciousness. There's choice creates, and I haven't found a choice that was going to create more for me in my life and my awareness and my knowledge. And I've been putting it out, and Facebook had one of these ads at the top of my pages by Joe Vitale, who is Off The Secret, if you've ever heard him. For me, that is quite an outdated experience. That was something that I found resonated to me at 21. But if you're just sort of stepping into and understanding the universal laws, that might be a good step for you to start. However, if you want to choose something greater, you can bypass all of these little steps. And that's what something like Access Consciousness and this new study that I am doing, which is called Ho'oponopono or something. I'm going to have to practice it a lot. But it is a practice of understanding that we are all energy. We are all connected. We leave our energy everywhere we go. So you sit down and you leave your energy in my massage table. The walls of your houses hold energy. So the people that lived there before you, their energy is still in your house. You go to a waiting room and you sit down, and whoever had been sitting on that chair before you was extremely depressed, anxious, has marriage problems, financial problems, they're suicidal. That energy in that chair, when you sit down in it and you're totally unaware of it, you're absorbing everything around you. So how it works is that you clear it away. You clear it away by going directly to source energy, connecting directly to source, and acknowledging the power of source and God, creator, and the power of intention, and the power that you weren't aware of, you didn't know beforehand, and now you are. So you can ask and you can shed and you can layer it away with these different clearing statements. And it can be like magic. It can shift like magic. Things that you have looped around in your mind, or patterns of behavior that you continue, a past relationship that you can't get past. You use these statements and you clear the energy, you clear the energy, you clear the energy. We have 7 layers of energetic field. And we are not only filling that shit up and our whole being with our past life, like our past and our traumas and our pains and our experience, but everybody else's stuff, everyone else's belief systems, everyone else's pains, traumas, any energy that we absorb is getting stuck in our fields. So if we're not layering away and taking and deconstructing and constantly shifting our own vibrations, so we are the clearest vessel and source, that is who we are. We are clear, completely untainted source energy. And we are God. We are a reflection of God. And that is exactly what we are at our core. But to be that, we have to do the work. And by doing that on our own way, that's the only way we're going to stop, the control on this planet. The only way that we're going to stop people from hurting each other, and wars and separation and racism and all of these things that's going on in our society at the moment, that people can't even recognize the link of what happened before, what's happening now, and what's about to happen in the next 6 months. You need to start asking and questioning yourself, what is actually going on? Am I going to be a part of following in these beliefs and having more brainwashing, more limiting things happening? Or am I going to start to clear it away and start to see that there is infinite possibility and choice, and we can create a new world going forward? All right. I love you all. Have a freaking amazing Tuesday, and peace out, bro.